This is the Jason Walker Show. Two-time National Sports Media Association Montana Sportscaster of the Year and three-time loser, the Jason Walker Show. The best local and statewide sports coverage, featuring the biggest guests from Montana.
Clint Rasmussen joining us here on the Jason Walker Show.
It's freaking exhausting, too. You used to dance a lot more. Yeah, I know,
is
lady.
the
I'm
Jason
51 years
Walker
old
Show.
now.
The NAI Hall of Famers Mike Van Diest joining us here on
Two-time
the Jason
National
Walker Show.
Sports
And is
Media
it just a
Association
deal where
Montana
quarterbacks have to be
Sportscaster of the
good
Year
golfers?
and
What's all they have time
three-time
for? They don't
loser,
work out, they don't
Jason
lift
Walker
weights,
Show.
they don't do anything else. They might as well go get on the golf course and at least have some fun.
And from across the country,
Doug Gottlieb, our guest here on the Jason Walker Show.
End of the day, remember, it's your show. It's got your name on it.
Howie Mandel, our guest here. Jason Walker, deal or no deal?
the Jason Walker Show, presented by Helena Accommodations, the InTown 5-star extended stay residences. Visit HelenaAccommodations.com. Broadcasting from the Major Mortgage Man Cave, here's Jason Walker.
Yo, happy Tuesday, the Jason Walker Show, inside the Major Mortgage Man Cave. Hope your Tuesday has been going well. Ours has been, and it's going to get better. We've got a big show coming up today. We're going to talk about more postponements and cancellations, more of a lot of stuff. And we're also going to chat with Miss Rodeo Montana. Now, I know I promised that she was going to be in studio. But Miss Rodeo Montana, Katie Lynn Krause, will be on the phone. But we have pictures of her we can put up. I'm bummed. I really was hoping to get Miss Rodeo Montana in the Major Mortgage Man Cave. But with everything going on and having, a little one at home, we just thought it would be better safe than sorry. And so Miss Rodeo Montana will join us coming up here in about 15 minutes on the phone. Okay? So I apologize for that. But it'll still be a great show. And then also we're going to chat with Allie Weiss, who will join us again. Last week we talked about and talked with the Olympian from Belgrade, Allie Weiss, who is qualified for the Tokyo Olympics in shooting. And now she won't be going because, at least in 2020, because it was official today. We talked about it yesterday. IOC board member Dick Pound was saying how it was going to be suspended for at least a year, postponed Olympics. And then today it officially was. So we'll talk to Allie about that coming up because, like I said, she was, when we talked last week, Allie was very hopeful, but understood that it was probably going to happen. And it is official that the Olympics will be moved to no later than summer of 2021. They're thinking maybe it might be April, May. It could be around the same time, which is supposed to be around July 24th to August 9th. So we'll see. We'll see if it happens. It would be great if it, well, it will happen, but what time it'll be happening. That's what I'm trying to say. Here's the big thing with the Olympics is it's not just a trickle-down effect that they're going to have, or it is a trickle-down effect as I try to formulate my thoughts, but think about this. As the Olympics move a year, what does that do? And I was reading an article on apnews.com today, but what does that do for other major events next year, specifically the World Championships for track and swimming? It'll be interesting because the World Track Championships and Athletics Championships are scheduled for next summer, 2021, at Eugene, Oregon. They're building in Eugene a new stadium that's going to seat 30,000 on the site of historic Hayward Field. And then the World Swim Championships are set for about the same time in Japan. I believe, well, it'll be interesting to see because you can't have this, you can't have all this stuff going on together. Now, Paul Doyle, who is one of track and field's, what do they call it, most influential agents, he thinks the world should be moved for track and field to 2022. because there's no global championships in 2022. So that makes a lot of sense. So you have the Olympics, so everything gets moved back a year. You have the Olympics in 21, you have the World Championships for track and field in 2022. And it's the first time that the World Championships for track will be held in the U.S. But he brought up a good point. He said, how do you have them in the same year? Because how do you select teams, especially if they're not very far apart? The track worlds are scheduled for August 6th through the 15th. Now, like we mentioned, if the Olympics go based off this year's calendar around July 24th to August 9th, that's not going to work. And again, I said they're thinking about maybe, it's a serious consideration of moving the Olympics to April or May of next year. It's going to move. They just don't know what date yet, what month. Now, the swimming championships are set for July 16th to August 1st. So that includes diving, water polo, artistic swimming, open water swimming, and the non-Olympic sport of high diving. But what that does, though, is if the Olympics are the same time, again, those dates won't work. So it'll be, it's going to be very interesting to see. We just don't know when the Olympics, what month next year they're going to be held. We know they're moving. And again, they're talking April, May, maybe the same time frame. But that then throws off, like we've been talking about, all the world championships for swimming and track and field. Now, here's another thing to think about with swimming. The world championships, the U.S. championships, rather, are about a month before the Olympics. So when do you put the world championships if you move the Olympics to April or May? Let's say the Olympics move to May next year in Tokyo. So the world or the U.S. swim championships then would be April, approximately. But then what does that do for the world championships for swimming? You put them in the fall? But I like the idea of moving the world championships for track and field to the following year. Here's another one next year that you have to think about. The Olympics. The 2021 Olympics World Championships set for Copenhagen, Denmark in the fall of next year. You see the trickle-down effect that all this is having? It's crazy. And you want the athletes to have the best opportunities to do their specific events that they're champions and Olympians and world champions in. So we'll keep an eye on the Olympics for next year because who knows where they're going to fall. Spring, summer, or fall. I don't think Japan gets snow, so you can't do the Olympics in the winter in Japan. They've had Winter Olympics in Japan, right? So it'll be fun to watch for the next few months. So the Olympics have dropped. Now, where does the next big events that are coming up? So the Olympics were July 24th to August 9th of this year in Tokyo. And we talked a little bit yesterday. Fall camp for NFL and college football starts usually end of July and first part of August. We'll have exhibition games for the NFL in August. We'll have college football games. Regular season, the end of August. After the Olympics, what's next? Those two big events. Will the NFL and college football be suspended, postponed? Where are we at with this? We still don't know when the NBA is going to fire back up, the MLB, NHL, MLS. I mean, all of these we don't know. But we'll keep an eye on all that. Jason Walker Show, presented in part by Nitro Green. Get on the calendar now. that schedule. I told you that snow from the weekend was going to melt. It did. Get on the schedule now for all your lawn, pest, and tree needs. They'll be out to, aerate my yard tomorrow. So get a hold of Nitro Green, nitrogreenhelena.com or 443-5088, or Nitro Green in any city that you are listening to the Jason Walker Show. A couple of other notes. Montana Lady Grizz junior Gabby Harrington has entered the NCAA transfer portal, meaning she's leaving Missoula. She'll be a senior. She'll have 1 year of eligibility left. This is a big loss for Shannon Schwayen because she's going to graduate Mackenzie Johnston and Emma Stockholm and Taylor Goligoski. And now Harrington is apparently leaving. She's a native of Boise. Took it up. Check this out. If you can see it, I got to pull it up here somehow. On the computer. But yeah, they actually, hold on. Let me go back to me, and while I try to fix this, good. You'd think that, seriously, technology's so much fun. Some days I'm good at it, not really. Anyway, so McDonald's split their logo. So instead of the golden arches, it's split for social distancing. We'll try to get it pulled up by the end of the show. Man, oh man. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to check in with Miss Rodeo Montana. Katie Lynn Krause will join us. Unfortunately, she can't be in the studio in the Major Mortgage Man Cave, but we still get to talk to her. Finally, after winning the crown in January up at Great Falls, Miss Rodeo Montana joins us next here on the Jason Walker Show. We're coming right back.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena today.
Everyone knows about Dinners Done Right and the convenience of the cook and carry cuisines. It's so easy to just stop by and you have something for dinner that night. But there's also one more thing you need to know about. Dinners Done Right Grab and Go Salad Bar. Yes, I said salad bar. Always the freshest ingredients, along with a daily soup and nacho bar too. So the next time you are in a rush or you just want to eat healthy, stop by Dinners Done Right for the soup, salad, and nacho bar. For monthly menus and more info, it's dinnersdoneright.com. Spring is fast approaching and summer is just around the corner, so now is the time to get those windows tinted at Auto Concepts as the sun starts to heat up. Tinting is the best way to keep the sun out of your little one's eyes driving down the road. Plus, it just looks cool. Auto Concepts is your exclusive 3M dealer for tinting, as well as the best clear bras in town. Auto Concepts clear bras will not fade or yellow over time. And don't forget about suspension lifts and power steps for your rig too. Visit AutoConceptsHelena.com or check them out on Facebook. Auto Concepts, the auto enhancement professionals. Have you thought about buying a home and just don't know where to begin? Well, when it comes to one of the most important purchases one can make, we understand it can be frustrating and confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Let the Major Mortgage team help you with all your mortgage needs. Major Mortgage means major service, and we would love the opportunity to help you today. Give J.R. McFadden, NMLS number 1246357, a call today at 406-465-1918, or you can visit him at 2001 11th Avenue, Building A, Suite 3 in Helena. Major Mortgage is a division of AMCAP Mortgage, NMLS number 129122, equal housing lender. Yes, it's true that Montana is a long way from the Gulf Coast, but you can bring that Cajun flavor home with a stop at Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys to classic sandwiches, Cafe Zydeco has all the best Cajun in town. Are you in the mood for seafood gumbo or crawfish etouffee? Maybe you're craving jambalaya with some shrimp and grits. Head in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or call ahead for pickup or delivery. Cafe Zydeco will fix all your southern cravings, even on a chilly Montana day. Cafe Zydeco is a proud sponsor of the Jason Walker Show.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $299. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Welcome back to the Jason Walker Show.
Oh, it is a beautiful Tuesday. It's always a beautiful day here on the Jason Walker Show just because we enjoy doing what we're doing inside the Major Mortgage Man Cave. Allie Weiss, Olympian from Belgrade, will join us coming up. I know we talked to her last week, but with the Olympics officially being moved to next year, how does that affect her? So we'll talk to Allie coming up here in about a half an hour or so. But I want to bring in our first guest of the day, and joining us on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline, as do each and all of our guests, is the current Miss Rodeo Montana. Her name is Katie Lynn Kraus. And how are you? So, Katie, we were supposed to have you here inside the Major Mortgage Man Cave, and we just kept, I pushed you off last month because Mike Van Diest, the head coach of Carroll, came in. And then we were supposed to get you in today, but with this virus deal, but thankfully it worked out because the roads are bad down there in Bozeman.
Yeah, that's right. We just decided to do this over the phone for, the safety of everyone. And it just kind of worked out. It is snowing. We got a few inches down here in Bozeman, so it's probably better for me to maybe stay at home and just work on some stuff. But this coronavirus whole situation has affected not only me and my travels, but, the whole community. Gatlin County especially, I think we have the highest number of confirmed cases in Montana. And so that's kind of scary, but really makes you take a step back and look at the whole picture and seeing where you can step in and help out when you can.
Definitely is Katie Lynn Kraus, Miss Rodeo Montana, joining us here. So we were talking before we came on the air. You have a lot of similarities to last year's Miss Rodeo Montana, Kayla Seaman, in that, A, you're a friend of the Jason Walker Show, but also you are from the equestrian side of things, but you also have that rodeo side.
Yeah, that's right. So I met Kayla. We went to school together at MSU, and we were both on the equestrian team. I was on the equestrian team for a couple of years and, showed with Kayla during college, and then we just stayed good friends, before she was Miss Rodeo Montana, and we are still great friends moving forward. But I first started into the horses and rodeo industry when I first joined 4-H. I was 10 years old when I first joined 4-H, and I started showing in the horse program when I was 12. Wow. And I showed in Livingston and Park County. So at the Park County Fairgrounds, we always have the 4-H rodeo every year. And I was definitely that kid who tried to just compete in every single event to get that all-around award. But I may not have been very good at it. But it was sure a lot of fun. So I really enjoyed rodeo. And that was actually when I held my first Rodeo Queen title. It was way back in 2008 as a Park County 4-H Rodeo Senior Princess.
Oh, wow. So you've been in the world for a while. You've been in the pageant world for a while. It's it's a different animal, no pun intended, in the pageant world than it is in just regular world. So what did you learn back in 2008 or whatever or what you've learned with Miss Rodeo Montana? How did you were able to transfer that?
So way back in 2008, that was the first time I did any sort of pageant at any level. And what we learned, especially me and my family, is I just wanted to do it because it involved horses. So it's like, hey, that looks fun, let's go for it. But throughout the years, we've learned that not only is, especially the position of Miss Rodeo Montana as an advocate for professional rodeo and agriculture and the rest of it in life, but the personal growth that us women get competing through these pageants, holding this title, to just get us further in life has been kind of astonishing. And that's one of the reasons I'm really passionate about Miss Rodeo Montana and Rodeo Queens in general.
Katie Lynn Krause, Miss Rodeo Montana, joining us here, Jason Walker Show. You had to beat out a couple of really good friends
Yes,
to win
that's
this
right.
win this title. How? Take me through that, because, like I said, you guys are all great friends. Cassidy Shea O'Neill and who was I had her in the show.
Brianne Grimshaw.
Brianne Grimshaw, that's right. You guys, I mean, you all love each other. You all get best friends, and yet you're all competing
Yeah.
against each other. It's just like the world of rodeo in essence, really.
Yeah, that's right. All rodeo contestants are friends. I don't think I've ever seen a fight, between rodeo contestants. They're all shaking hands and buddy all the time. Shay, Brianne, and myself have actually been competing or rodeo queening together for quite some time. I actually held that first 4-H rodeo title with Shay. So she was the junior princess while I was the senior princess way back in 2008.
Wow.
So we've been doing this together for a really long time. All of us held Southeastern Montana rodeo queen titles. All of us were Miss Livingston Roundup at one point, and we've all competed against each other before at the Miss Rodeo Montana level. With that being said, we all know where we all stood at the pageant. I think it was probably the best group of girls I could have competed against, especially this year winning. We were just so friendly, and it was so relaxed and so welcoming and comfortable is the best word I could describe this pageant as. Is that we just all did it because we enjoy doing it, and we like what Miss Rodeo Montana represents.
And you are Miss Rodeo Montana. So take me through the first couple of months here, because you were in South Dakota. I think you just got back from Florida not too long ago. I mean, how's the traveling been for you?
Traveling so far has been pretty good. I started out my year, I had a couple of just local Montana visits. I went and helped out at the Montana Pro Rodeo Hall and Wall of Fame banquet. They raise so much money for scholarships for high school rodeo students, and they also provide Miss Rodeo Montana with an educational scholarship. So we just go and support them as much as we can. But I did go to South Dakota. I went and helped out at Rodeo Rapid City. That was a lot of fun. That was the first time I got to meet a lot of the other state queens who I will be competing against at Miss Rodeo America in December. A lot of those girls, Miss Rodeo or Montana is a unique state because we don't have a lady in waiting. So a lot of those girls had already met each other at last year's pageant, at the Miss Rodeo America pageant in 2019. And so that is the first time that I met all those girls, and lucky enough, we're all great friends right off the bat. And so they're all wonderful girls, and I'm really excited for the year ahead with them and to compete against them at Miss Rodeo America.
What was Florida like?
Florida was great. It was a great break from, it was midwinter when I went. I went towards the end of February, and we went down to help with the Silver Spurs Rodeo in Kissimmee. It's a great opportunity, this program that they've come up with to get us state queens out and about, I suppose. Not only do we get to help with the rodeo, there were 15 plus school visits, so promoting rodeo and talking about the Silver Spurs and getting those kids to come to the rodeo. They also had an exceptional rodeo, and I made some really great friends there. And not only with the rodeo, the Silver Spurs committee and the coordinators of this Queen Trip, as we call it, really lets us get out and explore Florida. We went to Gatorland, we went on airboat rides, we went on a hog hunt, and it's just, they make this such an amazing trip at pretty minimal cost to us state queens. So all we can be is grateful for their support.
That is super awesome. What's a hog hunt like for you?
It was a lot of fun. It's a lot different than hunting in Montana. So we get on this big buggy, and they use dogs. And so they have the dogs in the bottom of the buggy, and we just kind of go out on the ranch, and we're just waiting for a hog to show up. So the dogs will start barking and howling, and they'll let them out, and they'll get that hog. And we didn't hunt per se one. We got a picture with one, and they relocated that hog to let someone else get a hunt who was paying for that. But it was a lot of fun. We were out till midnight hunting hogs. I got to hold a baby gator that one of the ranchers' kids just went and scooped out of the pond, and so it was a lot of fun. Pretty great adventure.
All right, would you rather hold a baby gator or a rattlesnake?
A baby gator, for sure.
Katie Lynn Kraus, Miss Rodeo Montana, our guest here. All right, so what's your platform as you go to these rodeos, if they ever start happening again, and hopefully they will soon, but while you're traveling Montana this summer, what's your platform?
So as I travel, hopefully, it hasn't affected rodeos in Montana yet. So crossing our fingers. I just not only promoting, PRCA rodeo agriculture and the state of Montana, but I really want to promote just kindness, and I really want to, hopefully in my travels, I can help some just a community service and nonprofits. This whole month I've been planning my fundraising gala, and unfortunately that got postponed. So we've been trying to work out some other ways that, I, as this public figure, can help the community, especially now. And so I hopefully through my travels, I can do some community service and just spread positivity instead of, maybe making everyone panic about our whole situation right now.
Yeah, it's definitely like, we don't know. We're supposed to have the Little Belt PRCA rodeo in June, and that's the kickoff for us. And man, we're hoping, aren't we?
Yeah, crossing our fingers.
Miss Rodeo Montana, Katie Lynn Kraus, joining us here on the Jason Walker Show, courtesy of the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. All right, so I ask all the rodeo queens this. How long does it take you, and this is probably the best part about not having to come here today, was you didn't have to get all rodeoed up and queened up, but how long does it take you every morning to get ready?
It really depends. I like to give myself a solid 2 hours, but I could probably do it in 45 minutes if I had to.
Okay. Oh, that's great. Because like Kayla Seaman, she takes like 4 hours, it feels like, to get ready.
And, we're all different. We all, have different routines getting ready in the morning. And sometimes the outfit's the hard part. Sometimes the hair is the hard part. And it just, depends on every girl.
So you've got some great sponsors, and they're helping you out all year long with hats and clothes. This is not a very inexpensive year coming up for you.
No, it's not. We have, a lot of great sponsors, big sponsors too, that are helping not only with, my wardrobe and my travels, but just everything involved. There's so much expensive of just, getting me from A to B. And so Rockin' On Elk Foundation and North 40 are two of our biggest sponsors, as well as the Staybridge Inn and Suites in Great Falls. The Staybridge allows me to stay there, free of cost every time I'm in Great Falls as Miss Rodeo Montana. And that's just a huge expense, off of me personally. Sure. But our biggest expense is just basically fuel. Miss Rodeo Montana will travel, 50 or 60,000 miles during this year, just, going from rodeo to rodeo or in any other events. And that's mostly done just in those 3 to 4 summer months, during rodeo season.
Yeah. All right. So what's your vehicle?
So we're currently working on a vehicle right now, just kind of changing it up, but we're, hoping for a 3/4 ton Ram pickup truck.
There you go. I like that. All right. You have horses, obviously. So what's your horses' names?
Yeah. So I have 3 horses currently. Their names are Freddie, Bo, and Tucker.
Okay.
And Freddie, she is my rodeo horse, so she will probably be seen quite a few times this summer at the rodeos that I can bring her to. She's, solid horse. I've been using her for years. She's honestly the best horse I've ever owned, and she's amazing. I love her to bits and pieces. Bo is actually kind of the horse who started it all. So Bo was the horse I got for my 12th birthday.
Oh.
And so he, started this whole journey of me, joining 4-H to, be in the 4-H horse program and the rodeo queen, and everything since then has just grown exponentially. So I really owe it to not only my parents who got the horse for my birthday, but to him. He's my best friend. I gotta say that. So, gotcha. And then Tucker, he's just an old guy that we, like to hang around. Just a solid trail horse. He, before we got him, I think he helped hunt poachers in the park, and so he would go and help drag out carcasses and things like that, which I thought was pretty cool. Yeah.
So I got a picture off your Facebook. You're sitting on a horse next to a pickup truck. Which horse is that? Do you know the picture I'm talking about? You're in gold chaps or gold. Yeah, there's a bunch of gold on the chaps.
Okay, I'm probably on Freddie.
Oh, okay.
The red horse.
Yeah.
Yep, that's Freddie.
Okay. When you rewatch this later, you'll go, "Oh wait, that's not." But
that's okay.
Because I got some pictures off Facebook, and I gotta tell you, because we've done this with with you now and Kayla, but Mariah Allen photography. Holy cow, does she take some amazing stuff?
She's an awesome photographer, and we are so blessed as Miss Rodeo Montana to have her as a sponsor. She, being a past Miss Rodeo Montana, she knows what we need, and she does so good at her job. You show up and she not only makes you feel comfortable and she has a plan in place, but she really makes sure that, like me especially, like, do you like these photos? Like, do you feel comfortable with these photos, being out in the world? Do they feel that they represent you and Miss Rodeo Montana the best? And of course they do. She's amazing. Yeah. So
I wonder if she could do a headshot of me. I need a new one. So
she probably could. All you gotta do is ask.
I should see if she wants to get on board with the Jason Walker Show. See, that'd be great. Katie Lynn Krause, our guest here, Miss Rodeo Montana. Now, this is cool. So originally, we thought you were coming on tomorrow. I screwed up, had you scheduled for today. You were able to come today. But it is National Egg Day today, so that actually worked out to benefit us. Take me through National Egg Day.
Yeah, so it's just National Ag Day. We can do everything we can to promote agriculture and our Western way of life. I wish I had known a little bit sooner, because I found out, maybe a couple hours ago as well, that it was National Ag Day. But, every day should be National Ag Day. We wouldn't be anywhere without agriculture. It promotes, just everyone's day-to-day life, as well as, our communities and our livelihood.
You are absolutely right. I'm giving you the big applause right now for that.
Oh.
So every day is National Egg Day, especially now when we realize just how much we depend on farmers and ranchers in times like this. Right. All right. Yeah. So what's in the next couple of months for you? Because like we've talked about, you're kind of on hold going to rodeos outside the state of Montana for a couple of months, or what is your plan?
Yeah. So I've got a few events scheduled. We just have our fingers crossed that everything, goes as planned. But the next big trip, I have a couple more out-of-state trips that I'm going to. So I'll be traveling down to Greeley, Colorado. Nice. And I'll actually be competing. The Miss Rodeo Colorado pageant has a preliminary competition for their Miss Rodeo Colorado, and they allow exhibitionists. And so I'll be competing just as an exhibitionist, just in preparation for the Miss Rodeo America pageant, just to get some more, miles under the belt, get judges' feedback, just so I can, do my absolute best as I can in Las Vegas. That is awesome. What is your favorite rodeo in the state of Montana? Oh, that's a tough one. I mean, I'm pretty biased about this, but the Livingston Roundup. I don't think I've missed a single one since I was born. Being born and raised in Livingston, we went to Livingston Roundup every year. I was Miss Livingston Roundup in 2015, and I've been helping with Grand Entry since then, rodeo queen or not. So that one's just close to my heart. It's a lot of fun, big production, fireworks, of course, and the community that supports the Livingston Roundup is also super amazing. But you are going to come to Helena for the Last Chance Stampede in July. What was that? You're coming to Helena for the Last Chance Stampede, though, in July, right? Yes, that's the plan. Okay, perfect. Yes. All right, favorite artist, music-wise? Oh, that's a tough one. This is actually one of those questions that I always dread. I got to be honest, I am a passive entertainment listener. I could probably, like, if you played a bunch of songs, be like, oh yeah, I really like that one, but I couldn't tell you who sung them or when,
So when you're
one of my weaknesses.
when you're driving to all these rodeos, you're just kind of listening to a hodgepodge of stuff.
Oh yeah, I just turn on, whatever country station I'm closest to, and then it's all pretty good.
Gotcha.
I like most music, so.
I gotcha. All right. Favorite movie of all time?
Oh, okay. Let's see. This is kind of a sad one, but I'll always rewatch it, and it's based off the book Where the Red Sun Grows.
Oh.
So the movie rendition of that, it makes me cry every time.
Well, you're not alone.
I'm sure, but I'll rewatch that any day of the week.
Okay. I guess that's a good start for now, because you're going to be on a lot. Like I said, you're Miss Rodeo Montana, and we're big supporters here at the Jason Walker Show. I can't wait to have you come into the studio sometime.
Yeah, we'll do it one day.
Yeah, maybe when the COVID is gone and the roads are good, and we have to have you here before July though. So that's kind of the plan. But
yes.
Appreciate,
I'll make it a goal.
Absolutely. I appreciate the time, and congratulations on winning the crown, because that's awesome. And you've got yourself a great bout of support, and whatever we can do to move forward to helping you out, we definitely will as well.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
That is Miss Rodeo Montana, Katie Lynn Krause. We will talk to her down the road. Appreciate it as we move forward. But man, what a great young lady that is. That she is Miss Rodeo Montana, and like I said, she will be on the show again for sure coming up. But we appreciate her joining us today here on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. All right, don't forget, support for the Jason Walker Show comes in large part from major Helena area community restaurants. Cafe Zydeco, Motherlode, Dinner's Done Right. They all need you right now, as well as if you're a member at Green Meadow Country Club. Takeout. Call ahead, call your order in, get your takeout taken care of. Okay? Help out Cafe Zydeco. Help out Dinner's Done Right. Help out the Motherlode. And if you're a member at Green Meadow Country Club, get your food ordered and take out as well. Okay? We have 4 great sponsors that all have food, and that is one that you need to help out right now. Visit all of our sponsors, of course, but our food sponsors need your help, like they've helped us for the last few months here on the Jason Walker Show. All right, we're going to take a break. Oh, and by the way, Green Meadow Country Club, the golf course opens up tomorrow, today or tomorrow, to walking only. Get out there, get signed up, become a member. I'll see you on the golf course at Green Meadow Country Club. Tell them you heard it on the Jason Walker Show, or you saw it. All right. That last segment brought to you by Ruckers Furniture. Make the quality choice for your home at Ruckers Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena. Coming right back with Belgrade Ole Miss Olympian Allie Weiss. She'll join us again here on the Jason Walker Show next.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Ruckers Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Ruckers, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $299. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Ruckers Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Yes, it's true that Montana is a long way from the Gulf Coast, but you can bring that Cajun flavor home with a stop at Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys to classic sandwiches, Cafe Zydeco has all the best Cajun in town. Are you in the mood for seafood gumbo or crawfish etouffee? Maybe you're craving jambalaya with some shrimp and grits. Head in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or call ahead for pickup or delivery. Cafe Zydeco will fix all your southern cravings, even on a chilly Montana day. Cafe Zydeco is a proud sponsor of the Jason Walker Show.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena today. Spring is fast approaching and summer is just around the corner, so now is the time to get those windows tinted at Auto Concepts as the sun starts to heat up. Tinting is the best way to keep the sun out of your little one's eyes driving down the road. Plus, it just looks cool. Auto Concepts is your exclusive 3M dealer for tinting as well as the best clear bras in town. Auto Concepts clear bras will not fade or yellow over time. And don't forget about suspension lifts and power steps for your rig too. Visit AutoConceptsHelena.com or check them out on Facebook. Auto Concepts, the auto enhancement professionals.
Welcome back to the Jason Walker Show.
Happy Tuesday. Welcome back. Major Mortgage Man Cave, Jason Walker Show, rolling on, presented by Helen Accommodations. That was fun talking to Miss Rodeo Montana, Katie Lynn Krause. What a sweetheart. Cannot wait to have her on the show more. She's smart, she's fun, and good sense of humor as well. All right, on this day in history coming up, also the walk-off and a whole lot more. And Governor Bullock making a statement today as well. Bringing our next guest, though. She joined us last week, and we were all happy. We were all congratulatory as we welcome back Allie Weiss. Tough news with the Olympics. We were just talking. We knew that this day was going to come, but it's still never easy. How's your initial feelings?
Yeah, see, like you said, we kind of had a good feeling it was coming, but when it finally hit, it was like, oh, all right, now we need to figure out Plan B. Start preparing for the next year. So
that's what I wanted to really ask you, Allie, is how does that affect you moving forward? Because are you still on? I mean, the team stays the same, right? I mean, they're not going to have another national championships, or how is this going to work?
Right. So that was a really big worry for a lot of us that have already qualified for the team for at least for sure the last 2 days when they started talking about postponement more seriously. And for sure, even before that, it was some chatter amongst all of us. But USA Shooting just released a statement today that, of course, they still have to fall in line with USOPC rules. But our board of directors and CEO or interim CEO want us to keep the same Olympic team because we earned the right to compete and have qualified. So thankfully that has kind of been taken off of our shoulders, that stress and weight. And so now it's just a matter of, I mean, thankfully right now, pretty much everywhere is shut down. There's not a lot of training happening all over the world. Mm-hmm. So we're kind of just going with it as much as we can until things start clearing up. And then it's just going to be a huge opportunity really to capitalize on and be able to use a whole extra year of training that you could devote resources and time to the people you know you're sending to the Olympics. So,
well, that's awesome.
That's how we need to see it.
Yeah, I mean, you have to find the positive, right? I mean, it's not easy, and you know, your whole summer has just changed again. But but you get to, like you said, continue to work on the thing that you're so good at, which is shooting. Mm-hmm. And I mean, it's only like we talked last week. Practice is only going to make you better. Yep. Now you got an extra year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, exactly. And then you also, you know, there might be things in a time frame between now and what would have been, you know, the 2020 Summer Olympics in July that you might not have had time to address because it might be something that takes a little bit too long or it's a little too experimenty. You don't have time to really dive into it. But now with a year, I mean, shoot, we can look at anything we really want to.
That is fantastic. And like I said, the positives, Allie Weiss joining us here, Jason Walker Show, the positives to take away from this, because you can, you know, sit and dwell on the bummer part of this for so long. But have you talked to any of your teammates about this and how they're going to approach training for the next year?
A few of us have talked. We have a little bit of a group message going, and I think for the most part, everybody's on the same page. They're all kind of taking right now, because we can't train anyways, to really rest and recover, because this is probably the longest amount of time and biggest opportunity across probably all sports that we really have to rest and recover in the middle of a season. And make sure mind, body, everything like that is healthy and ready to go. So I think most people are kind of doing that, getting their life in order. For people that have families, other jobs, kids, they're taking the time to dedicate it to those things. And then once we know more information, such as when they might be, then I think we're really going to hit the ground running and developing training plans.
That was my next question, Allie, is I've seen anywhere from April to May to the same maybe July, August calendar next year. You guys haven't heard anything then?
We have not, no. So the statements that IOC have released is essentially that they will be postponed. They will not occur later than summer of 2021, but they will be spending the next probably 4 weeks figuring out when exactly is the best time frame to do it.
That is just absolutely crazy. I like I said, I appreciate you joining us on such short notice, but so when is the shooting season in college? Because you're helping out at Memphis. Is it now or is it in the fall?
It's considered a winter sport in the NCAA. So we just finished up we actually lost our championships to coronavirus. We were there at championships as one of my athletes had qualified. And we had gone through our entire practice day, and that night they called them off. And so those were, 2 weekends ago in March. So that usually runs from our first matches in October to March.
Gotcha. What other guns do you like to shoot? I didn't get a chance to have super fun conversation last week either. So besides the Olympic style shooting, what else do you like to shoot?
Oh, anything. Absolutely anything. I'm not I don't own a lot of guns. You know, we talked before, my family's not a big gun family, but if I'm at the range and somebody's like, hey, you want to try? Absolutely. Let's try it. Let's see what happens. Shoot, one time in high school, I couldn't even tell you what kind of gun it actually was. We were just out at the range in Logan, Montana, and a guy had a gun. He just called it an elephant gun because they were used to hunt elephants at one point and stuff. So they kick a whole bunch, and so we got to shoot that. I've shot an M1 Garand. Of course, you know, your typical. In Missouri, one time I shot an AK and an AR, things like that. But pistols, rifles, anything like that. I just have a blast doing it. And of course, I'm super competitive, so I have to be good at it too as soon as I pick it up.
No, what about archery? No or yes?
Yes, absolutely. So I actually did a little bit of that in high school. I picked up a competition bow and did a few competitions, just state competitions. And unfortunately, I just couldn't dedicate time to training with it since I was training rifle so much. But for sure, I almost considered asking my parents to send down my old competition bow now that I have nothing to do during quarantine to go outside to the backyard. But hunting, on the other hand, with a bow, I could not imagine.
Oh, yeah, no, I can't do that. I wish that this was a few years ago. My brother was in the Navy until 2000. He actually went to Belgrade High School too, graduated in 2000. But he was the gunsmith for the Navy SEALs. And so he had celebrities come through like Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Tiger Woods. They'd go out shooting all this stuff. That would have been awesome had he still been involved, and I could have, you could have went to San Diego and shot up a bunch of stuff.
That would have been super cool. I would have loved that for sure. Wow, I can't even imagine being a gunsmith for all of those things.
Yeah, and he felt, he gets to sit on the back of a truck in shorts and a T-shirt out in the hot desert, and these guys are in their full fatigues. But you're just changing out barrels because they melt them down so fast. All right, couple final ones real quick for you. So I didn't get to ask you about this last week either. You live in Memphis. It is the home of Graceland. What is Graceland like?
What is it like? It is really cool to see. It is not in a great part of town. I don't know if Memphians would be very pleased with me saying that, but I think most would.
I don't have listeners in Memphis.
Right. I'm sure. So you tend to you go to Graceland, you see the house, you walk through, and you just see his grave site, right there. And he has another little museum across the street, and that's all insane to see. I mean, it's so crazy to see. His jungle room with green carpet on the walls, and another room with mirrored ceilings in the hallway. So it's super cool. Highly suggest it for anybody that goes through Memphis.
Now,
leave when you're done.
Does he have an area? Oh, Allie. Is this, he's got an airplane there on property, right? Or is that gone now?
Last time I was there, it was still there, and I think you can go on it. I'm pretty sure I remember us going on it. That was years ago.
Okay. And then it's got, he's got some of his cars too, right? Some of Elvis's cars? Yeah, the Pete Cadillac.
Yep, and then, exactly. The Cadillac, and then they have all of his records and awards and everything hanging in another little back part of the house. So.
Well, okay, here's what we're going to do. Get a hold of your parents. Instead of shipping you the compound bow, I'll pick it up in Belgrade. I'll drive it down. You can take me for a tour of Graceland.
Absolutely. We may as well. All the time in the world now.
Exactly. I like that. See, I can take my time getting down there. It'll be fun. Allie Weiss joining us here on the Jason Walker Show. Hey, appreciate it joining us on, like I said, short notice. And I feel so bummed that you don't get to go to Tokyo this year, but keep that passport because you're definitely going to be going next year.
Oh, yeah, for sure. We will. We'll hold on to it.
All right, Allie. We'll stay in touch, and we'll chat soon, okay?
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, Allie. Allie Weiss joining us here, Jason Walker Show. The Olympian in Team USA shooting who is, she can't go to Tokyo this summer, but she'll get to go next year for the Tokyo Olympics, and appreciate her joining us. What a great show. Allie Weiss and twice in 6 days. Yeah, and then Miss Rodeo Montana, Katie Lynn Krause was on earlier. We've got a big show coming up this weekend, or this week, all week. We have Friday, we're going to talk Title IX with Kelsey Trainer. She's an attorney and specializes in Title IX type stuff. So we're going to talk Title IX and lawsuits on Friday. John Burnett, Helena Legion baseball coach, will join us Thursday, along with Sylvan Lacrosse, who is the new head rodeo coach at the University of Providence. And then tomorrow, speaking of rodeo, Shelby Rasmussen will join us from Arizona, where she is kind of self-quarantined down there, doing some a little bit of ropings as well. Talk to her about the loss of the college season and how much that is quite a bummer. Her sister Paige had qualified for the CNFR. If they hold the CNFR, Paige is going, Shelby not individually. But we'll talk to Shelby tomorrow. And comedian Zach Allen will join us tomorrow as well. That's going to be a lot of fun. He reached out the other day and he said, hey, man, can I come on your show soon? And I said, absolutely. We had him on a couple of times at the radio station last spring, and he's a funny dude. And we're going to have him on tomorrow here on the Jason Walker Show. All right. By the way, support for the Jason Walker Show comes in part from Manscaped. It is the best for making you look good, guys. Yep. The Lawnmower 3.0 manscaping trimmer is now available for purchase. It has the cutting-edge ceramic blade to prevent manscaping accidents with that advanced skin-safe technology. It's very good. Battery lasts up to 90 minutes, and you can also take it into the shower. It has an LED light to light up grooming area, and so you get a closer shave, okay? And not to mention the 7,000 RPM motor with quiet stroke technology. Get 20% off and free shipping. Use the code WALKER20 at manscaped.com. And I know you can't hear this, but you can't see it if you're listening, but you can see it if you're on the Facebook stream. That's the before picture, and this would be an after picture if it will play. Here, show up. Where are you at? Play. All right. Well, it looks a lot better. There is the... Okay, we'll go back to this. And we're using melons from the grocery store, okay? So don't freak out on what you're seeing or not seeing. Anyway, so manscaped.com, 20% off, free shipping. Use the code WALKER20. That is WALKER 20 at manscaped.com. Okay. Where are we at? Should we do On This Day in History? Let's do it. It is brought to you by the Motherlode. And like I mentioned before, Cafe Zydeco, dinner's done right, the Motherlode. Take out, order ahead, curbside delivery. Okay. Today is National Chocolate Covered Raisin Day. It is also National Cheesesteak Day. And as we talked about with Miss Rodeo Montana, it is National Egg Day. On this day in 1936, Detroit Red Wings beat the Montreal Maroons 1-0, 16 minutes, 30 seconds into the sixth overtime. A record Stanley Cup playoff game that went 9 periods, at the time a record, in 176 minutes. 1956, the 18th Men's Basketball Championship. San Francisco goes back-to-back. The Dons beat Iowa. 1961, the New York Senate approved $55 million for a baseball stadium at Flushing Meadows, Queens. Would become Shea Stadium, home of the New York Mets. $55 million back then. Can you believe that? They just built Citi Field for about $1 billion. 1962, at the 24th NCAA Championship, Cincinnati goes back-to-back. The Bearcats beat Ohio State. 1974, at the 36th Championship, NC State, North Carolina beat Marquette, the Wolfpack's first title, and it was the first tournament officially designated as a Division I championship. Little boxing history, 1975, Muhammad Ali TKO's Chuck Wepner in 15 for the heavyweight boxing title. Wepner knocked Muhammad Ali down a few times. He became the man Sylvester Stallone based Rocky on, Chuck Wepner. 1980, the 42nd championship. Louisville beat UCLA. Cardinals' first title, their first title game. We were just talking with Allie Weiss about this in Graceland. 1958, Elvis Presley joined the Army. On this date, spent a couple of years over in Germany. 533-10761 was his serial number. Happy birthdays today. Ronaldo Nehemiah. I couldn't find a picture, but I met him in Universal Athletic in Bozeman in the mid to late 80s. Yeah, played with the 49ers. He was an American hurdler. Went 12.93 in the 110-meter hurdles. But he was born on this date in 1959. Happy birthday, Peyton Manning. He was born on this date in 1976 in Nolens. And won a couple of Super Bowls, as we know. 14-time Pro Bowler. 5-time NFL MVP. All right, Steve McQueen was born on this date in 1930. He would have been 90 today. And this guy is my Grandpa Bob. He was born on this date in 1931. He'd have been 89 today. It's been a long time without Grandpa, and we miss him every day. But, yeah, my Grandpa, he was like John Wayne to me. He was my John Wayne. So, happy birthday, Grandpa. All right, let's do... What are we doing? Let's move back up to here. We got this.
We're almost at the end of the show. What did we learn? And what did he miss? Time for the walk-off.
The walk-off is presented by Cafe Zydeco, like I said. Cafe Zydeco, dinner's done right, the mother load, and if you're a member, Green Meadow, call ahead, take out, curbside delivery, all right? Big thanks to Katie Lynn Krause, Miss Rodeo Montana, for joining us. She was supposed to be in studio with the coronavirus scare and everything, and she just got back from Florida not too long ago. And with a 22-month-old in the house, we thought, you know what? Just to be safe, nobody has it that we know, so we're just being safe. Also, big thanks to Allie Weiss for joining us, short notice. Belgrade Panther, Ole Miss Rebel, and Olympian for Team USA. Got her thoughts on the Olympics officially being postponed to next year. Governor Bullock came out today, extended the closure of schools to April 10th, and yet Montana High School Association is still thinking we're going to play. There's no Olympics this year. Why are you going to play spring sports? You're not. Cancel it now. I know we talk about it all the time, but seriously, get it canceled. It's not going to happen. All right, we'll do it again tomorrow. We mentioned Shelby Rasmussen will join us from Arizona, and we will talk to comedian Zach Allen. Thanks for watching. If you missed anything or want to rewatch, JasonWalkerShow.com coming up here within the hour. You can rewatch it. We'll also have it up on JasonWalkerShow.com forever. So there you go. Email us, tweet us, Facebook us. Just get a hold of us. Anything you want to chat about, let's do it. We'll see you tomorrow at 4, Jason Walker Show.
The Jason Walker Show is produced by the Jason Walker Media Company. Any reuse, rebroadcast, or retransmission without the express written consent of the Jason Walker Show is strictly prohibited. Just listen, watch, and enjoy.